coming at you today with our children's time. I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter. I hope you got some stuff from the Easter Bunny. I hope you had a wonderful celebration with your family. And I hope that you had a chance to either worship somewhere online, either with us or with another church, or if not, that I hope at least Mom and Dad shared with you the Easter story about Jesus. But if not, I've got a Bible here, a children's Bible, and I'm going to share a little bit of the Easter story with you guys today. So you guys know, right, that Jesus, that the authorities got threatened by Jesus, and they ended up killing him. They put him on a cross and hung him up to die. But a couple days later, so that was on a Friday. So on Sunday morning, a woman named Mary, not Jesus's mother, but a different Mary, and some other women, they were going to go to the tomb where they had buried Jesus. Now, this tomb was more like a cave and a hillside, and they would put the body in there in this cave, and then they'd put a big rock in front of the entrance to the cave so that no one could get in. Well, these women were going to the tomb because they were going to finish getting Jesus's body ready for his burial. There was a whole lot of stuff that they did. And so when they're getting close to the tomb, there's like an earthquake. And as they approach the tomb, there's these two guards there, and these guards are looking at something, and the guards just faint and fall over. And the women look, and this rock that had been in front of the entryway to the cave, it was rolled to the side, and sitting on top of that rock was an angel. The guards had looked at that angel, and it scared them so bad between that earthquake and the stone moving and everything that they fainted. Well, the women are a little freaked out too, right? Because wouldn't you be if you saw an angel? Well, the angel looks at him and says, hey, it's okay. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I know you're looking for Jesus, but he's not here. He's alive, just like he told you he would be. Now go on and tell the disciples. Jesus has gone ahead of you. He'll meet you in Galilee. Well, the women can't hardly believe it, right? Jesus is alive. And so they're going back to town. They're going to go tell Peter and John and the rest of the disciples, hey, guess what? Jesus is alive. Well, guess what happens on the way? They run into Jesus. And they're just shocked. I mean, they watched him die. He was dead. And there he was standing in front of them. And they fall down on the ground, and they're holding onto his feet, and they're just worshiping him because now they really know he really is the Son of God. And Jesus says to them, don't be afraid. Go ahead and tell the disciples that I'll see him soon. Don't be afraid. The angel said it, and then Jesus said it. Don't be afraid. But you know, sometimes we are afraid. Sometimes we do get scared. Sometimes we get filled up with worry about different things. And I don't think Jesus is telling us that that's a bad thing. But I think what he's telling us is that doesn't have to be the only thing. That doesn't have to be the last thing. That we don't have to stay afraid. That we don't have to stay worried. Because Jesus is with us. He told the woman, don't be afraid. I'm really here. And I'm going to go on ahead of you, and I'll meet you there. And Jesus tells us when we're afraid, don't be afraid. I'm here. I'm with you. And I think that's a pretty important message for us to hear, especially right now when the world is kind of a scary place. When we've got this coronavirus going around, and you know, there's a lot of people in other places that are getting really sick. And I don't know about you, but I worry. I worry about my friends and my family, and I want them to be safe. And you know, there are things right now that I worry about. And sometimes when when I get worried, my body just seems to fill up with energy, and it's like my hands keep fidgeting and I can't sit still, and I just, there's just all of this worry and energy that just is sort of spilling out of me. Well, I have something to do that will maybe help with that. And whether you are worried right now or not, I think this is a good activity for everybody in your household to do. So first step, I want you to go outside and find a rock. Not a big rock, just a little rock. Something that you can carry in your pocket and hold in your hand. So I went and did that earlier today. And you can see I've got a little rock here. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of in the shape of a heart. And I did that. I found a rock that was in that shape because it helps me remember that Jesus said, don't be afraid. And so I went and I got this rock. And now what I want to do is I want to paint it and decorate it to help me remember Jesus' saying of don't be afraid. And so I've started to paint mine, and I'll talk about that more in a minute. But what we're going to do with these rocks is I want us to carry them around in our pockets. And this is not just for kids. I want the adults to do this too. I want us to carry these rocks around in our pockets. And then when we feel ourselves starting to get that worry in us and we start to get all fidgety and antsy, we can take out this rock and we can rub it and put all of that energy into that rock. Because the rock is strong. And the rock can take our worry. Just like Jesus is strong. And Jesus can take our worry away from us. So when I started to decorate my rock, I started to think, well, what's a strong color? What's a color that makes me think of bravery and courage and strength? And so I chose red. But whatever color you choose whatever color makes you feel strong and courageous. And then I wanted to decorate it in such a way that I would be reminded that Jesus said, do not be afraid. And so I'm choosing to do that by a pattern that just makes me happy. And you know what? Polka dots make me happy. So I've got some white and I've got some gold, and I'm just gonna put polka dots on my rock to help me remember to be not afraid. So, Mom and Dad and you guys or Grandma and Grandpa or the babysitter, whoever, go find some rocks. And then you can use paints, you can use markers, you can use crayons, you could use stickers, you could use glue and glitter, whatever you have. Decorate your worry stone however you want, however it is that makes you happy, so that you can carry your worry stone in your pocket and help you remember that Jesus says to you, Jesus says to me, no, it's okay, we don't have to be afraid because Jesus is with us. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll have another activity for you guys on Thursday, so come back here at 2 o'clock on Thursday and see what we've got going then. Have a great day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.